Hello and welcome to Restorative Mat. Let's start standing. Ground into your foot centers. Feel your head reaching up towards the ceiling as if pulled up by an imaginary bungee cord. Let your vertebrae stack up one over the other and just begin to breathe, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Breathing in a little deeper with each inhale, breathing out a little more with each exhale. Filling the lungs, continue to lift and lengthen the spine. Now bring your hands together in front of the chest, gently pressing. On your exhales, press your hands into each other. And inhale, release the tension. As you squeeze the hands together, feel the muscles around your torso engaging, pulling your belly in and up. Feel the pressure of the hands coincide with the exhale, squeezing the air out of the lungs. Let the release of the hands match the expansion of the ribs on your inhale. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Bring your arms to your sides. Let's go into our spinal warm-up. Starting with our spinal flexion, bring your fingertips onto the front of your pelvis. Soften your knees. Bring your chin slightly towards your chest. Take a deep inhale to prepare. As you exhale, soften your knees. Round your spine, stretching from your head to your tail. On your inhale, ground into your feet and roll back up through your spine. Exhale as you round forward, stretching. Inhale as you stack up nice and tall. Keep going with your breath. Watch that you're not just hinging at your hips. Make sure that you're stretching your whole spine. And last one. Standing tall, bring your hands behind your hips, hands reaching back towards the wall behind you. Open your collarbones, soften your knees. Going into our spinal extension. As you inhale, reach back for your heels. Let your gaze go up the wall. Lift the sternum. Exhale as you return to standing. And inhale, reach for the heels, lift the sternum, fill the lungs with air, and exhale to return. Keep going with your breath, lifting and lengthening, getting that nice backwards curve in your spine. And last one. Now bring your feet a little wider than your hips. Bring your arms above your head. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Going into our side bend, starting to your left as you inhale. Pull with your hand. And exhale as you come back to center. Switch hands. And other side. This image is probably reversed in the camera. So just continue side to side, stretching open the ribs like an accordion, keeping your feet grounded. Inhale as you stretch. Exhale to return. Last one. Bring your arms back to your sides. Bring your feet back to hip width apart. As we go into our spinal rotation, lightly cross the arms across the chest, fingertips on your shoulders. Take a deep inhale, prepare. And starting to your right, inhale. As you twist. And exhale back to center. And again to the other side. Inhaling as you twist, lifting and lengthening, creating space in the rib cage for the lungs to expand. Lead with your eyes. Where your eyes go, your body will follow. Spiraling through your spine like stripes around a candy cane. And one more set. And last one. Lower the arms, and now let's come down onto the mat. I'm using a towel to support my head. If your neck feels compromised laying flat on the mat, a towel can help. Otherwise, you can just lay back on the mat. Arms to your sides, legs long. Just take a moment to let your body melt onto the mat. Feel the hips heavy, the shoulders heavy. Breathing in deeply, exhaling completely. Just becoming one with your mat. Now let's begin with our full body stretch. Starting with your right leg, as you inhale, just reach that leg a little bit longer than your left. Exhale as you release. Left leg, inhale, reach it long, as if someone were tugging on your ankle, and release. Bring both arms overhead. Reach your right arm a little bit longer than your left arm, and release. And then reach your left arm a little longer than your right, and release. Now right arm, left leg, reaching away from center, crossing the body with your stretch and release. Left arm, right leg, stretching away and release. Now right arm, right leg, same side of the body, stretch it long and release. Left arm, left leg, stretch it long and release. And finally, both arms, both legs, reaching away from center. And exhale. Bring your arms all the way back to your sides. Bringing your attention into your feet, pointing your toes up to the ceiling. We'll start with our foot warm-up. As you inhale, point your toes away from you. As you exhale, pull your toes towards your ears. Keep going with your breath, inhaling as you point your feet, exhaling as you flex your feet. Feel the stretch to the tops and the bottoms of your feet, the front and the back of your ankles, all the way into your shins and your calf muscles. Now point your toes to the ceiling, let your toes relax as you begin to slowly circle your feet in opposite directions. Breathing as you go, allowing your toes to separate as you're swirling your feet in a bucket of thick molasses. Feel the molasses oozing between your toes. Now reverse direction, circling the opposite way, looking for any muscles that you may have missed in the other direction. Last one. Now point your toes to the ceiling for our scrunch and fan. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, scrunch your toes. Inhale, fan the toes apart. Exhale, scrunch the toes like squeezing a sponge. Inhale, fan the toes apart. Keep going with your breath, squeezing and releasing. Feel the fluids in the body hydrating the tissue as you squeeze and release. And last one. Now bend your knees, bring your feet flat on the mat, about hip width apart. And let's do our heel raises. Both heels together. Inhale, lift them up, even if it's just an inch. Exhale, lower them down. Keep going with your breath. Activate those calf muscles. Big inhale as the heels lift. Exhale as they lower. 2 more like this. And last one. Moving into our pelvic rocks. Start with a neutral spine. Take an inhale, prepare. As you exhale, tuck your tail, flatten your lower back onto the mat. And then inhale, tilt your tail away from you, adding the natural curve to the lower back. Exhale as you tuck, and inhale as you tilt away. Just getting a gentle rocking motion with your breath, feeling each vertebra in your lower spine, stretching and releasing, massaging the vertebral discs. Now come back to neutral and let's go into a side-to-side rocking motion. Pull one hip towards the mat and then go to the other side, just rocking on the back of your pelvis. See if you can do this without moving your knees. Now from here, let's move into a circling of the pelvis, as if you were at a Hawaiian luau, dancing in your grass skirt. Just gently moving the pelvis in a circular manner. And reverse, go the opposite way. And last one. Coming back to neutral, going into our articulated bridges. Arms at your side, feet grounded on the floor, knees bent. Spine in neutral. To start, take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, start to tuck your tail, rolling up through your spine all the way to the shoulders. Pause at the top while you inhale. Exhale as you roll down, one vertebra at a time. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tuck the tail, roll up through the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. Pause. Inhale, exhale, roll down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Continue with your breath, using your exhales to lift and lower, inhaling in between. Visualize each vertebra in your spine, one rolling over the next. And last one. Moving into our torso twist, draw the legs together, gentle squeeze of the inner thighs, calves, and feet. Bring your arms wide to the side, palms up. Starting to your right, inhale, tilt both knees to the right, twisting as far as you're able. Exhale back to center, other side. Twisting, stretching from your knee to your elbow. Keep going with your breath. Keep the inner edges of your feet glued together. Your legs moving like a unit. Just getting that nice spiraling through your spine. And back to center. Bring your feet back to hip width apart. Now, bend your elbows, bring your hands up like two stop signs. Thumb and fingers together, we'll repeat what we did with our feet, except now we'll do it with our hands. So we'll start with our point and flex. Inhale, point the hands forward, bending at the wrist. Exhale, pull the hands back. Keep going with your breath. Watch that you're bending at your wrist and not your knuckles. Keep your hands flat like ping pong ball paddles. Moving with your breath, feeling the stretch up and down the back of your forearms. Now point your hands to the ceiling, let your thumb and fingers release. As you begin to circle your hands around your wrist, let your thumb and fingers articulate as if swirling your hands in that bucket of molasses now. Looking for every muscle, bone, and tendon. And then reverse direction, go the opposite way. Moving with your breath. And then hands back to stop sign for our scrunch and fan. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, make a fist with your hands, squeeze tight. Inhale, fan your thumb and fingers apart. Exhale as you squeeze. Inhale to release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Like wringing out a couple of sponges. And last one. Bring your hands back to your sides. Moving into our leg and hip work, starting with our alternating knee raises. Starting on your right, take an inhale, prepare. As you exhale, bring your right leg up to tabletop. Inhale, lower it down. Left side, exhale, and inhale down. Keep going with your breath. Imagine a string on your knee. Someone's pulling on that string, pulling your knee back to your shoulders. Using your exhale to lift, engaging your belly. And one more set. Moving into our toe taps, bring your fingertips onto your lower belly and bring both legs up to tabletop. Starting with your right leg, as you inhale, bend your knee, touch your toe to the mat. Exhale, bring it up. Other side, inhale, bend and touch. Exhale, lift it up. Keep going with your breath, working from your center. You should be able to feel your lower belly muscles engaged with your fingertips. Get that stretch in your quads as you lower. One more set. And then bring both feet back to the mat. All right, draw the legs together again, gentle squeeze of the inner thighs, calves, and feet. Bring your arms to the ceiling and back about 45 degrees. Now we'll do our meet in the middle, our double leg and arm movement. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, arms forward, knees up, hands touch the knees. Inhale, feet down, arms back. Keep going with your breath. Work from your center. Keep the legs together. Exhale, arms forward, knees up. And last one. Good. Now keep your arms to the ceiling, palms facing each other. Bring your feet back to hip width apart as we move into our protraction and retraction. As you inhale, reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull the shoulders down to the mat. Inhale, slide the shoulders around the back of the ribs. Exhale, pull them down and together. Keep going with your breath. Look for that glide of the shoulder blades on the back of your ribs, as if they were coated in Teflon. Just sliding easily. One more like this. Good. Shoulders down. Now let's scissor the arms. Bring one arm forward, bring the other arm back. Moving with your breath, inhaling, exhaling, like marching in a parade. Keeping the arms straight, reaching long through your fingers. Arms back to the ceiling. Now let's open wide to the side. Inhale, reach the arms wide, and exhale back to the ceiling, like opening and closing the covers of a book. Reach for the walls on either side of you as the arms go wide. Two more. Last one. Now let's bring the arms to the ceiling for big double arm circles. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale all the way back around to the hips. Keep going with your breath, making nice fluid circles with the arms, working through every muscle around your shoulder joints, moving with your breath. And now let's reverse. Arms come down, out to the sides, around, and back up to the ceiling. Keep going with your breath. Circling the arms around. Really working all the muscles around the shoulder joint. And last one. And bring your arms all the way to your sides. Take a deep breath. Gently just roll your head from side to side. Just gently rolling on the back of your skull. Don't force it. Don't strain it. Just releasing any tension or tightness you may be feeling in your neck and shoulders. And then point your nose to the ceiling and begin to draw little circles. Do about 3 in each direction, just pivoting on the back of your head and coming back to neutral. Now moving into our chest lifts. So bring your hands, your fingertips on the back of your head. If you have any spinal issues like osteoporosis, you want to avoid an extreme curl, but it's okay to lift the chest with a slight curl. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, start to lift from your belly. Feel your sternum lifting towards the ceiling, and then inhale as you lower the head back down. Support with your fingers. Exhale as you begin to lift the chest. Feel free to do a full abdominal curl if you don't have any restrictions. And one more. And down. Moving into our hundreds next, reach your legs long together, feet in a soft point. Bring your arms to the ceiling. Now, when I ask you to bring your legs to working level, that might be like this in tabletop. It might be up to the ceiling. It might be out about 45 degrees, or it may be just above the floor. So working level is wherever you can keep your legs without tilting your tail away from you. You want to keep control with your abdominals. If you have any spinal issues, you can leave your head down. Otherwise, feel free to come into an abdominal curl. Arms back, legs long. Inhale, exhale into your ab curl. Bring your legs to working level and pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 6, 2, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 10, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, bend your knees, and lower down. Nicely done. All right, we're going to go into roll-ups next. If you don't have a foot strap or a couch to put your feet under, you can use a modification and come up to do some partial rollbacks. So for that, sit up on your sit bones, knees bent, hands behind your knees. Gently round your spine. As you inhale, rolling back onto the back of your pelvis. Exhale as you pull yourself back up. Inhale, rolling back, and exhale up. If you're doing roll-ups, you're going to come all the way, legs long in front of you, and roll all the way up and over, reaching for your toes. Just continuing to open up the spine. Last one. Good. And come back to laying on the mat as we warm up for single leg circles. So bring your right leg up to tabletop. Bring your fingertips behind your thigh. Just the fingertips, just supporting your leg in the bent knee position. And let's stretch. Inhale, reach your leg to the ceiling. Exhale to bend. Think of lengthening your leg as opposed to lifting it. The lift will come as you lengthen. Inhaling and exhaling to bend. 2 more. And last one. Good. Arms to your sides, palms down. Bring your right leg up to the ceiling. Externally rotate it slightly. Starting to your left, inhale, cross, exhale, circle. Keep going with your breath, drawing little circles on the ceiling with your toes, keeping your pelvis from shifting, just moving your leg in the hip socket, and then reverse. Inhale out, exhale around. Take your time. Focus on the movement and the breath. 2 more. Good. Bend your knee into you. Give yourself a little hug. And we'll do the other side. Bend your left knee. Bring your leg up to tabletop. Support your leg in a bent knee position with your fingertips behind your thigh. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale to lower. Keep going with your breath. Getting a nice stretch, as if someone were tugging on your ankle. Good. Bring your arms back to your sides, palms down. Reach that left leg to the ceiling, turn it out slightly. To your right, inhale, cross, exhale, circle. Keep going with your breath. Nice, symmetrical circles. Just your leg is moving, but every other muscle is stabilizing your body. Now to your left and circle around. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Last 2. And last one, bend your knee into you. Give yourself a little stretch. All right, we're going to return to sitting. You have an option here. If you don't have any spinal restrictions, you can do our rolling like a ball. Otherwise, you can do some more partial rollbacks. And if you want a little variation, you can have your arms long in front of you. So I'm going to do the rollbacks, just continuing to loosen the spine. But feel free to roll like a ball if that feels good and is safe for you. And last one. And then let's return to laying on the mat for our abdominal series. So we'll be doing our single leg stretch, our double leg stretch, our scissors, lower and lift, and crisscross. If you have any spinal issues, you can leave your head down, or if you feel undue strain in your neck, you can lower your head. Otherwise, come up into your ab curl. Start with legs in tabletop, come into your ab curl, bring your left hand on your right knee, right hand on your right shin, reach your left leg long, and switch. Inhale and exhale for a single leg stretch. Remember, this is single leg stretch, not single knee bend. You want to reach that leg long. One more set, and last one. Now keep one hand over each knee as we go into our double leg stretch. As you inhale, legs go long, arms go wide. Exhale, pull your knees back into you. Keep going with your breath. Two more. And last one. Good. Lower down for just a second. Take a breath if you need it. Going into our scissors. Bring your legs to tabletop and then up to the ceiling. Bring both hands behind your right leg, reaching up as high as you can. Ab curl if you can. Take an inhale as you tug and switch. Exhale and inhale and exhale. Pulse your breath. Last set. Bend your knees, lower down. Take a breath. Going into our lower and lift. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Bring your head just about 3 inches off the mat. And bring both legs up to the ceiling. As you inhale, lower your legs just a few inches. Exhale, lift them up. Only as low as you can keep it in your belly and not in your lower back. 2 more. Last one. Bend your knees, lower down for 1 second. And now we go into the 5th piece, the crisscross. Keep the hands behind your head, elbows wide. Bring your legs to tabletop. Bring your right elbow to your left knee and switch. You can alternately pump the legs if you like, or just leave them in tabletop. This is where the work happens. One more set. Ooh, and down. I guarantee if you did nothing else but that ab series for 10 days in a row, you would have abs of steel. We're going to move into our spine stretch next. If you have tight hamstrings, feel free to sit up on your towel. Legs are going to be long in front of you, about as wide as your mat. Sit up nice and tall in your sit bones. Bring your arms up to the ceiling, lengthen your spine. Bring your arms forward about 45 degrees. Stack up against an imaginary wall. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, begin to round forward. Inhale, stack back up. If you have any spinal issues, you can keep a flat back and just hinge at your hips. Pull the belly in as you round over. And 2 more. And last one. Good. Now we're going to move into our seated spine twist. So staying in your seated position, bring your legs long together, feet flexed, sit up nice and tall. You can bring your arms wide or cross your arms over your chest. We're going to exhale as we twist. Starting to your right, inhale, prepare, exhale, and inhale back, and exhale, and inhale. Keep going with your breath. Lead with your eyes. Where your eyes go, your body will follow. Getting that rotation through your spine. One more set. And last one. Good. Whew. All right. Now we're going to come into our extension work. So we're going to start with our bow and arrow. So come to laying on your belly. Let your nose or forehead rest on the mat. Bring your arms long to your sides. Imagine you're a bow, like a bow and arrow with a string from your head to your feet. Someone's going to pull on that string, bending you into the shape of the bow. Exhale, prepare. As you inhale, reach back, let your head, neck, chest, feet, and knees lift. Exhale, lower down. Keep going with your breath. Do about 5 of these. Arching up, really bending from your head to your heels. 2 more. And last one. Bring your hands by your shoulders, and we're going to move into our Pilates swan. Nose or forehead resting on the mat. Exhale all your air to prepare. As you inhale, start to pull your shoulders down your back. Press into your hands as you let your nose go up the wall. Exhale as you lower down. And inhale, arching up into your swan. Exhale as you lower down. And again. And down. 2 more. And last one. From here, bring yourself up into a little child's pose. And bring your elbows on the mat. Stretch out your spine. And now let's move into our side leg series. So come to laying on your side, and legs are long, one over the other. You can have your bottom arm bent or straight. Top hand's going to be in front of you like a kickstand. Bring your feet slightly forward and bring your top leg to hip height. As you inhale, reach that leg forward. As you exhale, reach it behind you. Keep going with your breath. Just moving your leg in the hip socket. Use your bottom leg as your anchor, your top hand as your support. Last one. Bring your top leg over your bottom leg. Bring it back to hip height. Externally rotate it. Point your knee and toe to the ceiling. Point your foot as you lift your leg. Flex your foot as you lower. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Keep going with your breath. Reaching long. Feeling someone tugging on your ankle. Last one. Top leg over the bottom. Lift that leg back to hip height. Internally rotate, knee and toe to the floor. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. And lift and lower. Keep going with your breath. Excuse me. Last one. Top leg over the bottom. Lift it back to hip height. For our heel circles, making 5 little circles in each direction. Breathe as you go. Little grapefruit-sized circles moving from your hip. Use your bottom leg as your anchor. Reverse for 5. And top leg over the bottom. Moving now into our bicycle. Bring your top leg to hip height. Reach your leg behind you till your knee bends. Pull your knee to your chest. Straighten your leg. Swing it back. Bend your knee. Keep going with your breath. Keeping that top leg parallel to the floor. Just your leg moving. Now pause and reverse direction. Pedal backwards. Last 2. Good. Top leg over the bottom. Roll onto your belly for a set of heel beats. Rest your forehead on your hands. Reach your legs behind you till they float away from the mat. Click your heels together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can roll onto your other side. I'm going to turn around so that I'm facing the camera. And now we'll do that series on our other side. Bottom arm can be bent or straight, top hand in front of you like a kickstand, legs long together. Hinge slightly forward, bring your top leg to hip height for our front and back. Inhale, reach your leg forward. Exhale, reach it back. Find that stretch in the front and the back of your hip. See if you can do this without your pelvis wobbling back and forth. Just the leg moving in the hip socket. Last one. Good. Top leg over the bottom, lift it up to hip height, externally rotate. Point your foot as you lift your leg, flex your foot as you lower. Keep going with your breath, reaching long, pointing and flexing. Working from your hip. Last one like this. Now internally rotate your leg and lift and lower. Your leg won't come as high when it's internally rotated. That's normal. You still want to get those hip muscles working. Last one. And now top leg to hip height as we go into our heel circles. 5 little circles in each direction. Keep breathing. It's easy to forget about the breath on this exercise for some reason. Last one. Top leg over the bottom, lift it back to hip height. Let's go for our bicycle ride. Bring your leg behind you till your knee bends. Bring your knee to your chest. Reach your leg long, swing it back. Keep pedaling your bicycle. Keeping that leg parallel to the floor. Just pedaling around. One more in this direction. And then pause and reverse. Pedaling backwards, push that heel behind you, stretch that hip flexor. Last one. Good, top leg over the bottom. Roll onto your belly for another set of heel beats. Forehead on your hands, reach your legs long behind you, and click your heels together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come up to hands and knees, and then back into one more child's pose. Reach your arms long, stretch your hips to your heels. breaths. And then come up to all fours for our quadruped stretch. Shoulders over the hands, thumb and fingers wide, supporting your upper body weight. Head in line with your spine. Starting with your right arm, reach it long like you're going to stretch out and shake someone's hand, and bring it back. Left arm, inhale, reach long, exhale back. Right leg, reach it long behind you, and bring it back. Left leg, reach it long behind you, bring it back. Now right arm, left leg together, and bring it back. Left arm, right leg together, and bring it back. We're in the home stretch. So from here, bring yourself back up to standing for our ending balance and breath work. Standing up nice and tall. Starting with our alternating heel lifts. Keeping your pelvis as still as you can. Lift your right heel away from the floor and lower it down. Left heel. And keep alternating side to side. Really focus on stabilizing your pelvis. Watch that it's not rocking side to side as the heels lift and lower. One more set. Good. All right, now our double heel lifts. Flip your palms over. Loosely curl your fingers. Take an inhale. Lift up onto the balls of both feet. Exhale, lower your heels as you squeeze your hands. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. And again. 2 more. Last one. Good. All right, going into our squats. So bring your hands about shoulder height, palms up like stop signs. As you inhale, slide your back down the wall, push your hands forward. Exhale as you return to standing. Inhale, squat down, let your heels lift, and back. And again. And 2 more. Good. All right. Now for our single leg balance. We're just going to hold the pose today. So hands wherever they're comfortable. Shift all your weight into your left foot and then let your right foot float away from the floor. Just look straight ahead, breathe deep. Just release the tension. Focus on the breath. Just holding this pose. We're going to try and hold for about 30 seconds. Studies show that if you can do that, your odds of falling down are greatly diminished. Almost there. And lower that right foot down, step it out. Now switch feet, ground into the other foot. Hands wherever you like. Let your other foot come off the floor. And just hold the pose. Look straight ahead. Find something in front of you to stare at as your focal point. Breathing deeply. Just releasing the tension from your body. Releasing into this pose. Almost there. And lower down. Step it out. Arms to your sides. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Roll your shoulders back, up and forward. Bring both shoulders to your ears. Hold, let them drop. Palms forward. Inhale, sweep the arms wide and tall. Exhale, sweep the arms wide and down. Keep going with your breath, opening and closing the ribs like a big umbrella. Big inhale and exhale. Last 2. And last one. And we are all done. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.